Did I ever tell you about the deal that almost never happened? It was actually with my with this great client I had, actually one of my favorite clients, and she'll know the story once we get to the end. So anyways, she was leasing this property for a number of years, and she finally decided to buy. But her lease was going to renew in a couple months, and we needed to find something for her very quickly. So that gave me about 3 to 4 weeks. So I've run through 2 weeks of looking at properties, and we have not found anything. So my time is running out quickly. So on the next following day, we had 2 appointments set. So we're driving to these 2 appointments, and all of a sudden I get a call from the listing agent. So all of a sudden the listing agent calls me and says, "Hey, appointment is canceled. This property has already been sold." So I'm like, oh crap, what am I gonna do? So my client's frustrated. The appointment's canceled. We haven't found anything in 2 weeks, nothing remotely close. And she just says, "You know what, cancel this next appointment because it's way over budget anyways. Way over budget." So I'm like, let's just see what we can do. Let's try to keep the appointment. So she decides to keep the appointment. We go to the appointment, we check it out. It's all very compartmentalized, very, very small rooms. Definitely doesn't meet her standards. So what do? I start looking at the space, trying to get a vision for it. I start knocking at walls, see if they're structural or not, sticking my head through the attic, see where all the beams are tied. And I grab a scratch sheet of paper and I start putting down a plan together. I go, look, this is what your potential space could look like. So at this point, she's coming around. She's starting to like it. She likes the property. She's like, okay, you sold me, Sergio. I like the property. It does have all the things we need. We do need to do some work, but it could happen. Okay, secondly, now we got the price. Big price tag. It's the right property for her. It meets her budgets, allows her to do the construction she needs to do. So the next big challenge is the price. So I was like, okay, let me just worry about that. I'll figure that out. By the way, did I mention this was a commercial property? I don't know if you're familiar with commercial properties, but it's much more complicated. You have LOIs, they want to interview your client, they want to interview you, see what you're about before they even get into contract with you. So at this point, my client's getting frustrated. So we agree on a number. It's a great number. It's $700,000 below asking price, but they won't sign the contract. They don't know her, and it's very frustrating. My client's frustrated. It's like, won't they just take my money and run? It's like, no, it's not that simple. We need to interview with them. So we go through this laborious interview process. So long story short, we picked it up for 1.8. It was listed for 2.5. So congratulations, MG, if you're watching this. It was a great run. I loved it. Happy to see you flourish. And that's really kind of one of my favorite rewards, is seeing my clients flourish. Oh, by the way, did I mention this was my first deal?